Krishna prapti hoy jaha hote. Guru mukha padma vakya chitte te koriya kya. Arana koriyo mane asha. Arana koriyo mane asha. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati. Aise Uttama Gati. He Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से. दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से. चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से. दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से. दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो. दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो. प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते. प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते. वेदे गाय जहर चरितो. वेदे गाय जहर चरितो. श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जनर बंधु. लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना. श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावना. दोय देह मोरे पाद छाया हा हा प्रभु कोरो दोय देह मोरे पाद छाया ए बेजा शुक त्रिभुवना ए बेजा शुक त्रिभुवना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा श्रील प्रभुपदा गुरुदेवा श्रील प्रभुपदा देवा श्रील प्रभुपदा गुरुदेवा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Naraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Gopal Govindaram Srimad Sridhari Gopinath Shri Chaitanya Nityananda
Nityananda, Shri Advaita Sita,
Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad
Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad
Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Jaya Gaura Nithai, Jaya Gaura Nithai,
Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Ananda Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Ananda
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Ananda
Jaya Srivas Govinda, Srivas Govinda, Srivas Govinda, Jaya Srivas Govinda.
devotional service.
By His grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from His lotus mouth. Attachment to His lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord birth after birth. From Him ecstatic prema emanates. By Him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of His character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. May your fame be spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Privrajakaacharya Ashtottara Sita. His divine grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishnupad Nityalila Pravishta Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की रामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की षट गोस्वामी प्रभु की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री मथुरा वृंदावन मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगमा यमुनमाई भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की श्री निताई गौरंग की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki Nam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Name Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine. I have to stop the stream and restart. So when the offering goes, we'll stop the stream. Jaya Radha Chari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय श्री निताई गौरंग की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Questions by the Sages, Text 8. Vettatvam saumya tatsarvam वेत्थत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् ब्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य ब्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता वेत्थत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् ब्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता वेत्थत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् ब्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता
वेत्तत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् भ्रूयुस्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता वेत्तत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् भ्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता वेत्तत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् भ्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता
वेत्थ you are well conversant. Tvam, your honor. Saumya, one who is pure and simple. Tat, those. Sarvam, all. Tatvataha, in fact. Tat, there. Anugrahat, by the favor of. Bruyuhu, will tell. Snigdhasya, of the one who is submissive. Sishyasya, of the disciple. Guravaha, the spiritual masters. Guhyam, secret. Api uta, endowed with. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. And because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. Please repeat. And because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The secret of success in spiritual life is in satisfying the spiritual master and thereby getting his sincere blessings. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura has sung in his famous 8 stanzas on the spiritual master as follows. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Only by his satisfaction can one please the personality of Godhead. And when he is dissatisfied, there is only havoc on the path of spiritual realization. It is essential, therefore, that a disciple be very much obedient and submissive to the bona fide spiritual master. Srila Sutta Goswami fulfilled all these qualifications as a disciple, and therefore he was endowed with all favors by his learned and self realized spiritual masters such as Srila Vyasadeva and others. The sages of Naimisharanya were confident that Srila Sutta Goswami was bona fide. Therefore, they were anxious to hear from him. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Srila Prabhupada. So the sages of Naimisharanya are addressing Sutta Goswami. Oh Saumya. Saumya means?
Pure and simple.
Yeah, it's not a girl's name. Saumya means one who is pure and simple. This word is used in Bhagavad Gita also. Saumya Vapuhu. That is Vacham. Vacha means speaking. Vapu means there are two ways you can serve a spiritual master. Vani and Vapu. Vapu means physical body. Saumya Vapu means, can somebody look it up? Where does, it's in 11th chapter. After he shows the universal form, he comes back to the Krishna's form, original form, and there it is described as Saumya Vapuhu. Towards the end, after 45. Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rashi.
इच्छामि त्वां दृष्टुम् अहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते.
There is no Saumya there.
So there is Saumya in one of those.
No, but what she read, there is no Saumya.
Next one is different. Iti Arjunam Vasudevas tatotva. So bhutva pudah Saumya vapur Mahatma.
Read the translation.
Having thus spoken to Arjuna, Krishna displayed his own personal form again. The great soul then assumed his gentle, Saumya Vapuhu form and pacified the frightened Arjuna.
What is the word-to-word meaning of Saumya Vapu?
Gentle, pleasing, beautiful. This is peaceful and benevolent.
Gentle?
Pleasing, beautiful, peaceful, benevolent.
So that is Saumya. Saumyatvam. So they are addressing Sutta Goswami as, oh Saumya, Tvam, you Vetha Tat Sarvam. Sarvam Vetha. You're well conversant with everything. And how he became well conversant? Tad Anugrahat. Anugrahat, by the favor of his gurus, his spiritual masters. Tatvataha, in fact, your spiritual masters have endured you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, Bruyuhu, you will tell us. Bruyu means you will tell us. Snigdhasya Sishyasya, you will tell us, who are we? We are your Sishyasya, who are Snigdhasya. Sishyasya means we are your disciples. And what kind of disciples? Snigdhasya Sishyasya. Snigdha, another beautiful name. Submissive disciples. Because we are submissive, You will tell us, Bruyuhu, Snigdhasya Sishyasya, Guravaha Guhyam Apiyuta. Whatever your spiritual masters, the secret that has been revealed to you, Guhyam, that you can tell us all that scientifically you learned from them. So Prabhupada says in the purport, the secret of success in spiritual life is in satisfying the spiritual master and thereby getting his sincere blessings. So this is really the crux. If we have to succeed in spiritual life, what is the secret? You have to satisfy the spiritual master and thereby get his sincere blessings. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura has sung in his famous 8 stanzas on the spiritual master as follows. So what is this is referring to the 8th one. Yasya prasadan bhagavat prasado yasya prasadan nagati kutopi dhyayan stuvams tasya yashastri sandhyam vande guru sri charanaravindam. So every day when we sing this stanza, we should remember this meaning. What is the meaning? Yasya prasadat. By whose prasada? Yasya prasadat. By whose prasada? Bhagavat prasada. You will get Bhagavan's mercy. By his mercy, you will get Bhagavan mercy. Or his mercy is as good as Bhagavan's mercy. Yasya aprasadan. So first line says, Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasadaha. By whose mercy you will get Bhagavan's mercy. But the second line says, Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. Yasya aprasada. What is aprasada? Prasada opposite. Aprasada means dissatisfying. If he is not satisfied, Yasya aprasada nagatihi. No gati for us. We cannot. Gati means what? Our progress. Purogati, pragati, like that. Nagati means no progress. Kutopi, there is no way. Huh? Adhogati. Our gati will be adhogati. Therefore, dhyayan stuvam stasya yashaha trisandhyam. Dhyaya. Therefore, the third line says, dhyayan. One should. What is dhyayan? Meditate. Stuvan, stuvam, stuvanti. Stuti means what? Stuti means what? We praise. Stuvanti means praise. We should meditate and praise his glories. Dhyayan stuvam tasya yashaha. His glories. Tasya yashaha. Dhyayan stuvan. You have to meditate and you have to praise his glories. How many times a day? Yashaha trisandhyam. 3 times a day we should glorify the spiritual master and work to please him. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. I offer my respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. So in our sampradaya, it is very, very important. Spiritual master's service is of primary importance. I visited one donor long time ago. He belongs to another sampradaya, Pushti Marga, I think, but he took us inside, he showed the place of worship, and we asked him if he is initiated or something. Yeah, a long time ago I was initiated. So where is your Guru? Guru doesn't matter for us. Once it is connected to God, our relationship is with God. Guru is just a formality. So I was surprised. Maybe it was not properly informed to him. the importance of Guru. But the important principle is in any sampradaya, Guru holds paramount significance in spiritual lives. It's not that once you become liberated, you can forget Guru and directly establish connection with Krishna. The spiritual master's relation with you is eternal. Eternal relation. Even when you go to spiritual world, your spiritual master's relation continues. Prabhupada once said, we'll have ISKCON there also, the spiritual world. It is essential, therefore, that a disciple be very much obedient and submissive to the bona fide spiritual master. We have to be obedient and submissive. The first principle of surrender is obedience. Sometimes people ask this question. We came to temple to love Krishna. Why there are so many restrictions? So why I have to surrender to a spiritual master? Why I have to follow what you're saying? Why I have to follow the regulative principles? My relation with Krishna, naturally I will share my relation. Why you are forcing me to chant so many rounds? I'm always chanting. I don't necessarily count, but I'm always chanting. So what they are missing is, yes, you may love Krishna, but what is the proof that you are loving Krishna? No, I have my emotion to Krishna. So let's say there are two lovers, boy and girl. Boy comes and says, I love you. What does it mean by loving her? You have to do what pleases her, right? You can, if you are doing whatever you want and still, I love you. That is not love. So therefore, obedience is the one of the first principles of love. If you love Krishna, you have to be obedient. And what Krishna says, as Prabhupada says in simple words, love me, love my dog. So if you have to love Krishna, you have to first love his pure devotee. You have to surrender to his pure devotee. In many letters, Prabhupada writes, in different centers, the devotees keep asking different questions to Srila Prabhupada. There will be a lot of conflicts and they will be asking Prabhupada what to do. And Prabhupada would always respond, first thing is obedience. So you have to be obedient to the local leader. Without obedience, there cannot be cooperation. There cannot be proper, peaceful atmosphere. So disciple means first principle is obedience. Discipline, obedience is important. A disciple be very much obedient and submissive to the bona fide spiritual master. So you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are two personalities who display completely opposite, or by whose actions completely opposite results come. Ramachandra Puri and Ishwar Puri. So who are these people? Yeah. So Madhavendra Puri, there is this exalted personality of Godhead, exalted personality who is the devotee of Krishna, Madhavendra Puri. he had two disciples, Ishwarapuri and two of many disciples, Ramachandra Puri and Ishwarapuri. So Ishwarapuri is a very submissive, obedient, who rendered menial service to Madhavendra Puri. Towards the end of his life, Madhavendra Puri apparently became invalid, weak, and bedridden. And Ishwarapuri rendered all kinds of menial services, including cleaning up his, refuse and tending to him very menially. As a result, Madhavendra Puri gave him so much mercy, so much love of Krishna, that Ishwarapuri became so exalted that he became even the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was the blessing he got. Extraordinary blessing. When a spiritual master bestows his mercy, this is what one becomes. Whereas on the other hand, there is this Ramachandra Puri. One time he comes to Madhavendra Puri during the final days of Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri at that time was on the bed, lamenting, "Oh, I could not get the shelter of Krishna." Like that he was lamenting because of his transcendental separation from Krishna. A pure devotee always thinks, "I have not obtained Krishna. When will I obtain Krishna?" Like that. The mood of separation. Without understanding this transcendental mood, Ramchandra Puri comes and he starts to even teach him, instruct him, his own spiritual master. "Oh, why are you morose like this? Don't you know in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, a Brahma Bhuta should never lament. Brahma Bhuta prasannatma nasochati nakangshati." Isn't it? A Brahma Bhuta means a spiritually realized person neither laments nor hankers. So why are you lamenting like this? You should be situated in Brahman happiness. And Madhavendra Puri becomes so enraged, so upset. And he says, "Immediately get out of this place. If I see you during my last days, I will never attain the love of my life, Lord Krishna. Just immediately get out of this place." He condemned Ramachandra Puri. And as a result, what happened? Ramachandra Puri lost all his blessings and he became an expert criticizer of devotees. Wherever he went, he would only find fault. "Hey, that place is not clean. You are not following properly. You are not doing this. You are committing offenses. Your behavior is not proper." He would only find faults. And people were so scared to even see him. And one time he even criticized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. "Oh, sannyasi, see how much sweets he is eating." Because the devotees, out of love, they would offer so much to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he would forbid them. Out of love, he would accept. And one time he comes and he sees ants crawling on the floor. He says, "See, the sannyasi eating so much sweet in the night, how can he control the senses?" Like that he starts to criticize. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "From tomorrow I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to eat only half." Already he was eating less. And then that was like a thunderbolt on the heads of devotees. And everybody starts to, feel bad about Ramachandra Puri, starts to tell all kinds of words. So like that he became the object of cursing by all the devotees. And finally, after he leaves, that's when devotees celebrate. Just imagine, celebrating somebody's departure. And then they start to give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu their heart's content. So you see how by pleasing the spiritual master, one can get all the blessing. But by displeasing the spiritual master, one loses the blessings and the spiritual progress. Srila Sutta Goswami fulfilled all these qualifications as a disciple, and therefore he was endowed with all favors by his learned and self-realized spiritual masters such as Srila Vyasadeva and others. The sages of Naimisharanya were confident that Srila Sutta Goswami was bona fide. So there has to be that confidence. How we are so confident that Srila Prabhupada is the bona fide spiritual master. Can anyone else who are acting like a spiritual master in our movement, can their disciples be as confident? My spiritual master is, because they say spiritual master also can fall down. Then how can there be confidence? Sometimes a spiritual master can fall down. And they have seen many spiritual masters falling down. How can they be confident? So we have to be intelligent. When we read the purports, we have to apply. Are we confident about the bona fidity of my spiritual masters? The sages of Naimisharanya were confident that Srila Sutta Goswami was bona fide. Therefore, they were anxious to hear from him. This is another important thing. We should be anxious to hear from Srila Prabhupada. Just as the Naimisharanya sages were anxious, he is no different from the likes of Sutta Goswami, from Sukadeva Goswami. One might think, oh, Parikshit Maharaj directly received knowledge from Sukadeva Goswami. Prabhupada is no different. When we read the purports, when we hear his lectures, his Vani, it is as good as Parikshit Maharaj hearing from Sukadeva Goswami. Prabhupada is on that platform. Paramahamsa, Mahabhagavat. So we should feel so anxious, so confident. We should work so sincerely, so nicely to please him, so that by his mercy we can hope to get a pinch of love for Radha Krishna. Any questions or comments? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, विश्वगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल.
Here in this case, like satisfying authority, secret of success is satisfying authority. But in our case, it's like satisfying our authority, satisfies Prabhupada and further.
Correct. Yeah. So as long as the authorities are sincerely trying to please the spiritual master, following the instructions coming through the authority system is as good as following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. So as long as we, as I said, obedience. Prabhupada, whenever there was an issue, he would write back, be obedient to the president. Then things will be normal. If you don't have obedience, how can we get things along? So he expected cooperation by cooperating with the local leadership so that his movement can peacefully expand. So, yeah, we should be intelligent to understand how sincerely the local leadership is trying to serve Srila Prabhupada, and thereby by aligning ourselves to that, by being submissive to that local leadership, it is as good as being submissive to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.